Hi, and welcome to the Douglas on My Mind show. I'm Blondell Thomas, the City of Douglas Public Information Manager, and we'll be right back with some things to talk to you about back to school and some things that are going on right before we decide to go back to school. Okay. Hi, and welcome back from break. I'm here now with Ms. Kim Clayton, the Director of Personnel and Public Relations with Coffee County Board of Education, and she is going to tell you a few things about getting ready for the first day of school. First of all, when is the first day of school?
The first day of school is August 9th. It's hard to believe. It seems like we just got out, but here we are again, so we certainly are in full swing getting ready for back to school.
Wow, and August the 9th is on a Friday.
It is on a Friday, and then over the weekend, I think it gives the schools time to work out any bugs that we have so they can hit the ground running on that Monday.
I'm so glad you said that because I thought about it after a few years, and I've heard people say, why are we going back to school on a Friday? Ugh.
Right.
You know, you hear all that, and I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know, I've been in that position before, and it probably is a little bit of, you know, trying to work out everything, and the kids, you get to know them, and after that first day of school, they know what the teacher wants and things like that. So that's really, it's really
well,
a good
and there's
thing.
always new students that come in, and so you have to work out schedules for them, and there's beginning of the year rules and orientation for the students, so they'll get all of that done on Friday, so they can start instruction on Monday.
Start fresh and brand new on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, well, before school starts back, I'm sure there are several things that parents need to know and that students too also need to know. Would you like to share some of that with us?
Well, first of all, if you are new to Coffee County and your students will be enrolling in our school system, you need to come into the Central Enrollment Center, which is located at the Board of Education, as soon as possible. And we're open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 7:30 to 5:30 in the summer. We're closed on Friday. But the week of July 25th, we will be back to our normal schedule of Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. But it's very important to come in now because there are certain documents that they're going to need to get either from a previous school or something from out of state. You don't want to wait until the first day of school to do that because I assure you we'll probably have a line. We usually do, and we want to get the children in school and get them acclimated.
Do you know what are some of like the basic information or documents that they need to provide? Is it
Well,
like
there's
immunization,
and if the student record can be sent in.
Okay.
They have a list of things on the website that they can tell you about. And the other thing for current students that are in the district, if parents have moved to a different neighborhood or they want to just transfer their child to a different elementary school, they need to come in now and get that done and not wait till the first day of school.
Okay, all right. As parents are, I know I am, preparing for back to school shopping, what are some things that they need to keep in mind or, you know, different codes or new rules that they may need to know about?
Probably one of the biggest is that students can't have holes in their clothes. You know, I know it's popular with the jeans to have those holes. So they have asked that students don't wear jeans that have holes or pants or any type of clothes that have
sometimes
holes.
they can have those holes in places that aren't in the best places to have holes.
Exactly, exactly.
Right.
And if the girls are wearing the shorts, skirts, dresses, they cannot be shorter than the top of the knee. If they're wearing leggings, which are very popular, you know, in the winter time, their top needs to cover the backside and be long enough, you know, and appropriate for school. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I think the holes in the clothes is one of the biggest ones. Everything is listed in the handbook and on the website, but there are a couple things that I did want to mention. Cell phones. If children bring cell phones to school, they need to be kept in a secure place, like in their backpack or in the girls' purses. They're not to bring those out unless the teacher includes that in instruction, which sometimes at the high school level they could do that with math, the apps on their phones and things, but they are not to bring them out in class unless the teacher says it's appropriate with the lesson. Coffee Middle School has asked that students do not bring their cell phones at all. They need to keep them at home. So that's
I need to let my daughter know that.
Another change, headphones and earbuds that the students wear. They're not to be used in school except if they're authorized by a teacher or an administrator for instructional purposes. They can be used on the school buses, but just not during the school day. That's kind of a safety issue too. If you have those earbuds in, you can't hear what's going on. When you're walking down the hall, there could be a fire drill or anything like that. So it's probably a good idea not to wear
and
those.
that can be distracting sometimes too.
Right.
And of course, if they have those in, they're definitely not listening to a teacher.
No, they're not. They're not. Another change is the vaping. You know that instead of smoking with the vaping, they have increased that to a level 3 offense, which the child would be sent home for 3 or 5 days. So we don't need to have that in school. You know, when you and I were going to school, it was just cigarettes and smoking, but now we have vaping.
No tobacco, right?
No tobacco, no tobacco. So those are some of the changes for this coming school year. I did want to mention too, we talked about on the school buses, it made me think about if your child is going to ride the school bus this next year and you're not sure what the route is, now is the time to call our transportation department, 389-6891 or 389-6892. Buddy Gilliard, our transportation director, and his assistant Diane are there every day, and they'll be glad to tell you what the route is, because you don't want to wait until the first day of school. And this year, our bus drivers will be at the school where they're driving to meet the students that'll be riding on the bus. So I think that's a wonderful addition. So the parent can put a name and a face with the driver, and the child will know who's going to be picking them up. So I think that's a wonderful plus.
I definitely need to get that number from you also. It sounds like you're cluing me in on a lot of things, because my daughter will be riding the bus home of an afternoon. I mean, I can take her, of course, of a morning, but of an afternoon she'll have to catch
Well,
that
I'll give
bus
you that
ride.
number before I leave.
Yep. School safety is a priority for everyone. Tell us about, some of the safety precautions that the Board of Education is putting in place at the different schools.
Well, obviously, we have hired a police chief, Chris Elrod, and we are forming our own police department, which we're excited about. We do have the resource officers that have been with us for many years, thanks to the Sheriff's Department, that work middle school, freshman campus, and high school. And this past year, we did have officers that worked with us at the elementary level on their days off from their full-time job. So we are working now to hire police officers to work with us on our campuses. The ones that we've hired and the ones from the sheriff's office have gone through a lot of training to be a school resource officer and things to look for on a campus. As far as equipment, all of the front offices have been remodeled, so there are closed doors that you have to be buzzed in. If you've been to Coffee High School, you actually put your eye or your face up to a camera for them to let you in. But that's just where we are these days. We have to pay attention to what's going on, who's on the campus and why. But I think we have everything in place. Security cameras, we've added more and more security cameras. Even in our central office, we've added additional security, so everyone should feel safe. But Chief Elrod is doing an excellent job with the training and making sure everything is the way it needs to be on
That's
our
really
campus.
good. That is my biggest thing. Like at Indian Creek, that's where my daughter was going, and when they installed the doors, and you have to buzz in. I'm like, it does not bother me to have to do this, because I know that ultimately it's protecting the students in the end. And I hope and pray that we never have any situations like what they've had
We
nationally.
certainly hope not either. We certainly hope not.
I understand you've got a few new faces within the school district.
We do this year, and I'm happy
new
to
teachers,
announce
yay.
some of the changes with administration this year. Eastside Elementary, Dr. Christina Tucker, who has been the principal there for several years, she's actually in the central office now, and she's the director of federal programs. So at Eastside, Amy Vining is the new principal. Amy's been at Indian Creek for several years as the assistant principal, and her assistant will be Catherine Woodard, who was the academic coach. So we have a brand new team at Eastside, but they're working very well together. At Indian Creek, Tamara Morgan will still be the principal, but with Amy going to Eastside, Sonia Henley, who was the academic coach, will be the assistant principal there. West Green Elementary, We've had a lot of turnover this summer. West Green, Ann Peterson retired, so Alan Chansey, who was her assistant, is now the principal, and his assistant principal will be Heather Lott, who was on the campus of West Green. And one other change at Coffee Middle School, we have a new assistant principal, Benita Lott.
Oh.
She was in the system as the numeracy coach.
Oh, well, that sounds to me like there's a lot of room if you do decide to go to work with the Board of Education with our school system. Sounds like there's room for people to grow and move up.
There are, and we love to promote from within, but we also get some great people that come from the outside. But we do a lot of training with all of our administrators, especially our new ones. So we're real proud of the team that we have together there.
Okay, sounds awesome. And I did say new teachers, so I know the last time me and you spoke, we were getting ready for the teacher job fair. So I hope you did get some new teachers. Do you still
right
have
now
some
we have
positions open?
right now we have 64 new teachers.
Oh, wow.
And we are still looking for a couple math teachers
Okay.
and one English teacher. So if anyone is out there that is interested, even through alternative certification, if you have a 4-year degree in that content, I would love for you to call and talk with me.
Right.
And in thinking about teaching, I certainly would be remiss if I didn't mention this, because just last week we signed the Memorandum of Understanding with South Georgia State College as they start their new 4-year degree program for early childhood special education. We're so excited about that. That's going to help us tremendously and help those students. They're going to do all their student teaching and practicum with us.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
you know, we'll get to see them firsthand, and hopefully it'll be a little bit easier in filling vacancies, because sadly there really is a teacher shortage.
Right.
And it's a wonderful profession to go into, and we need more teachers, even if you're a career switcher. And
Right.
we do have several of those, and they're excellent teachers too. They bring so much to the classroom. They have the content. They just have to learn the logistics of it.
Right, and it does
So-
take a special person to be
It
a
does.
teacher for the long haul.
It does. It
All right.
does.
Well, before closing, let's just kind of, can you tell us some of the dates for orientation or open house?
I
something like
can.
that?
Open house starts on Tuesday, August 6th. And this is for Coffee High School. It's from 10 a.m. until 6, and this is a little different. They used to stagger them based on the grade levels.
Right.
Everyone is coming from 10 to 6 on that Tuesday. So parents, make sure your high school student gets out
They'll have a
there,
big
and you're
crowd.
welcome. We will have a big crowd. Wednesday the 7th from 4 to 6, Coffee Middle School, the 6th grade only on that date, the freshman campus, the Wiregrass Regional College and Career Academy, and alternative school. That's Wednesday, August 7th. And then Thursday, August 8th from 4 to 6, all of our elementary schools and the 7th and 8th graders from Coffee Middle School.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's going to be
busy
a busy
week.
week. And then Friday, August the 9th, you go back to
School
school.
starts. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Any other activities coming up before August the 9th?
Well, I would like to, I guess, give a shout out to Southwires and Sandy Sharp and her team out there. Their back to school giveaway that they'll be doing July 26th. I believe it starts at 7 a.m. at Central Square. We are so appreciative of what they have done for us for so many years and helping the students with all their school supplies. So
Right.
thank you for that.
And as we were talking before we started filming, the Housing Authority has also got a back to school event coming up on Saturday, which is the day after Southwires. Saturday, July the 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Roundtree Park.
Oh, that's
so,
wonderful.
Or in Roundtree Center. So if anybody, you know, if you didn't get school supplies on Friday, you've got a chance that you can probably get them on Saturday
That's
too.
wonderful.
From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And I did want to add, we have a back to school publication that'll be out, I think, in another 2 weeks, and it will be in the Douglas Enterprise and has a lot more information about back to school. We certainly put everything on the website, coffee.k12.ga.us. But if you have any questions, you're welcome to call me at the Board of Education as well.
Okay. Well, will you give everybody your contact information?
I will. It is 384-2086, extension 6504, or you're welcome to email me at kim.clayton@coffee.k12.ga.us.
That long
mouthful.
email address. But hey, it gets there to you. That's
Yes,
what matters.
it does. Yes, it
Well,
does.
Kim, thank you for coming and being
Thank
a guest today on
you.
the show. And
I always
we
enjoy
really
coming.
appreciate it. And you have enlightened me on some things that I need to do. I need to get
I'm
busy.
so glad. So glad. Well, it's always a pleasure to come and speak with you, Blondell. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this. Hi, we're back from break, and thank you for joining us with the Douglas On My Mind show. I'm Blondell Thomas here with Captain Jerome Perkins with the Douglas Police Department, and he is going to tell us a little bit about what National Night Out is, and it's called National Night Out Against Crime. I'll spit it out. Tell us a little bit about the event and what's going to be going on.
It's just an event for the local public safety people. We all get together and get a chance to meet some children face to face, and maybe put a name with a face and try to get out of that mentality. A lot of times we see them, the parents in Walmart, and they all point at us, "See that man there? He's going to put you in jail."
Right.
We like for the children to know, we're here for a lot of things. They come to us. Putting us in jail is not necessarily our number one job. We want them to be here if they want to come to us for anything. But National Night Out gives them a chance to mingle with us. They can climb in and out of the police cars, the fire trucks. GSP is supposed to have their helicopter here this year and their SWAT vehicle, and they can climb in and out of that stuff. And we're going to have the swimming pool open. This year it'll be at South Georgia College. I think they're going to let 60 kids get in the pool at one time.
Okay.
We should have 4 lifeguards on duty, and we'll have some booths set up. Eight Finger Jacks is gracious enough to cater the food for us, and he's supposed to grilling 600 hot dogs this year.
Ooh.
Last year we had 500, and they went pretty fast. We're going to have a lot of door prizes. If they go to all the booths, they're going to get them to stamp a little card. And once they go to all the public safety booths and stamp a card, we're going to put those cards in a grand prize drawing and give away some really nice prizes, in addition to some school supplies. So a lot of free fun and entertainment. We'd love for them to come out and get a chance to meet and greet some of the public safety officials.
Yeah. Okay, now one thing that I know that I've noticed a lot here just recently is that Chief Edmiston is really pushing for the police department to do more of the community policing and interacting with the kids and the youth and parents too, without any reason to have to interact with them, because
right.
we don't want any child or a parent to have to be involved in any crime-related event or anything. But this is definitely a good thing every year. Now, y'all started this about 2 or 3 years ago?
I think this is the fourth year that we've been in,
Fourth
year that we've been involved in. And you're correct, Chief Edmiston he's real big on the public relations and give us a chance to meet with the children in a good environment, and not necessarily while we're there on a call, but in a positive setting.
Right, because you still want those kids to grow up to be police officers.
Yeah.
I know I do.
We want them to be able to come to us if they got a problem and talk to us about anything.
Right.
They can come climb in the cars and they're not going to hurt a thing in the world. And we'd love to hug their neck and feed them and give them some free school supplies.
Now, I tell you, the little boys, I'm pretty sure there's probably some little girls out there that just love to get in those police cars.
Yeah.
Now, when my child, bless him, when he got his chance to get in one, he wanted to get in the back seat. But I would much rather him get in the front seat than
A lot of
in
them
the
climb
back
in and out,
seat.
and they want to go straight to the fire truck and climb all over the fire trucks too. But the fire department's going to have some nice vehicles there
Some
too.
fire
They
trucks
can,
there?
yeah, they can have a ball with all the public safety people there.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned the Georgia State Patrol is going to have some different, I think did you say the helicopter?
Yes,
like
ma'am.
some
They're supposed to
aircraft?
bring in their aviation unit, and they got
Okay.
a nice armored SWAT vehicle that the kids can't tear it up. They can go climb all in it and have a really good time, and
Yeah.
give a chance to meet some of the troopers, because a lot of times they move in and out, with the post here regularly, and the ones that are here to give a chance, a good time to meet them face to face in a good environment.
Right. And some other activities we talked about, because, I've been kind of sitting in on some of the planning meetings. There's going to be the live DJ and some entertainment. I believe 106.7 The
That's
Buck
right.
and 93.5 Vibe. They are going to let us or allow Matt to come around
Yeah.
and
He's good,
and-
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is, and entertain us just a little bit.
And they gonna give away a few door prizes too, he told
Okay.
me. So they'll be drawing a lot, and we're gonna, like I said, there'll be at least a good dozen door prizes in addition to all the other stuff that we're gonna give away, some school supplies and that kind of, nothing will be sold there, everything's free.
Right. Now, the school supplies, they will be available as long as they last.
As long as they
There's
last,
not a
that's right.
never-ending supply of them.
That's right.
So everybody, you might want to get there at 4 o'clock. And again, it's at South Georgia State College this year. I know last year it was at the City Pool, and the year
Right.
before that we have been at the Central Square Gym Complex.
Correct.
So I really like how y'all are moving it around to the different communities and different
Right.
neighborhoods. So maybe, some of the kids from the area around the college, I'm not sure if there's any kids in school right now at the college. I don't know if they do that during the summer or not. But anyway,
Yeah.
everybody's invited to come, right?
Right,
It
and the
doesn't have
children
to
get
be
to see,
kids.
that's right, and that pool was fantastic at the college. I
It
mean,
is.
and a lot, the kids, they need to see that pool.
Oh,
It
yeah.
might be where they want to go to college at,
There
but
you
they
go.
got, it's a nice place they got out there, and that part's gonna be on the air conditioning side anyway if it gets hot. And there will be a dunking booth out there, and we encourage some children to come out here and dunk some police officers. Chief Edmondson said he would have some there in uniform for them to dunk in the dunking
Oh,
booth
yay.
in uniform. So that's gonna be fun. Some of them's already volunteered, so we're
Okay.
looking forward to it.
And there's no charge for any of the activities.
Everything's free.
That's awesome. And now we talked about free hot dogs, and we also will be giving away free drinks this year too, right?
Coca-Cola, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We
McRae
got-
Coca-Cola provided us with, oh my goodness, 500 drinks, I think.
That's right.
Anyway, so we want to give a shout out to them also, and we do. We have a lot of good community partners
really
that
do.
have come in.
A lot of support.
We can't name everybody, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but a lot of the law enforcement, I believe EMS may be there also,
Mm-hmm.
the probation office, and it's just really neat to be able to see all of you together and in a relaxed atmosphere and cutting up and playing with the kids and just having a good time.
That's right,
Mm-hmm.
that's right. And the kids can walk away with some good memories and some free school supplies, and
Mm-hmm.
they may get a bicycle or a laptop or something. You can't never tell.
They might could get y'all out there to dance.
They don't want me out there dancing, I can tell you that. But there's a bunch of them out there that probably would dance.
All
with me.
right, all right. But again, everyone, we're talking about the National Night Out Against Crime, and it is going to be on Tuesday, August the 6th, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at South Georgia State College's indoor pool. And everybody look for Captain Jerome Perkins to be there, and maybe we can get him in the Duncan booth.
Possibly. It's going to be hot. I wouldn't mind being in there.
That's true. But for more information, who should they contact, Jerome?
They can contact the Douglas Police Department at 384-2222.
All righty. Well, we'll be right back after this. Hi, and welcome back from break. I'm here now with Stevie Young, our Parks and Recreation Director, and he is going to tell us a little bit about what's going on this month, because this month is Parks and Recreation
That's
Month.
correct.
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the fun month. Well, y'all have something special coming up on Friday, July the 19th. Tell us a little bit about what y'all have got planned that day.
Yes, the month of July is National Parks and Recreation Month, and on July the 19th at the C.W. Weir Center, we will have activities, jump house, fun houses, hamburgers, hot dogs, door prizes for all the participants in our youth activity, youth sports programs. Not only the participants, but the sponsors, the coaches, and the parents. Just a small way that we can show our appreciation for the time and the effort they put in with our kids. We know it's a challenging job for our coaches, and we don't always get it right. We don't make
Right.
everyone happy, but we do try to put back and let our sponsors and coaches know how much we appreciate the time and effort they put into it.
Right. And without the kids, you know, we wouldn't have a job, would we?
We would not. You know, it's all about the kids and making it happen. So once again, it's a small token of our appreciation to the citizens of our community and participants.
Right. And now that'll be from 11 to 2 p.m., not a.m., 2
correct.
p.m.
That's
4
correct.
hours only.
Only 4 hours,
Right,
yes,
right.
yes.
And so it sounds like y'all got a lot of fun scheduled for that day.
Oh yes, we'll be partnering up with a group at the library. Then we'll also be out there with the
Okay.
jump house. So we're just trying to make sure that everyone in our community, the city of Douglas and Coffee County, all kids that come out and just whether or not they participate in our recreation programs, that they come out and get opportunity to see what Parks and Recreation is about. And it's not all about the baseball, basketball, and the athletic events, but it's really about just socializing and kind of just getting to meet new people,
Right.
not only people in your neighborhood, but just a cross segment of the citizens of our community come out and just have a good time.
Right, and some people may not even realize that it's not only athletics.
That's
Like
correct.
Parks and Recreation covers a vast,
Oh, yes.
a vast amount of different categories. But you could have a child that comes out, say on Friday, and they're interested in art or interested in music or something like that, and you may have a program, or if you have enough that's interested, it could be something that y'all could work on implementing, right?
Yes, absolutely. No, we try to steer our programs, our activities based on the desires of the community. Once again, if you're not involved with athletic, baseball, football, or basketball, Ms. Gina Gills has a variety of programming for passive programs, arts, craft. You know, we're always trying to reach all segments of our community. So yes, if you're not athletically inclined, come on out. You know, we're trying to start an archery program. You're interested in archery, you know, that'd be a great opportunity to share with staff members that you'd like to get involved with the Parks and Recreation archery program. So yes.
Yeah, the archery program is brand new.
That's correct.
And isn't it great that people could actually not have to go through the 4-H office because, you know, it's only seasonal at the 4-H
That's
office
correct.
too. They could go through the Parks and Recreation Department.
Yes, we were fortunate enough last year to receive a grant from the USA Archery. So we have arrows, recurve bows, targets, and all that we need to get the program off the ground. We just need participants, kids to get signed up, youth to get signed up for the program, and we will be able to go all year round. You know, during the fall, winter months, we would use one of our gymnasiums. So the inclement weather will not hinder us as long as we get the kids and get the participants signed up to want to participate.
And it has air conditioning.
And it
The
has
gym
air conditioning, absolutely.
That's the biggest question in
Yes.
South Georgia. Is it heated and cooled? All right. So are there any other new activities coming up that you can think of? Any new programs besides just the archery or?
Well, no new programs, but we're in the midst of registration for youth soccer
Okay.
and youth football and cheerleading also. Would you let me lead into the new building projects at this time? Or that'll be another segment?
Well, I want to ask you
I'm
this.
sorry.
With soccer being the same time as football and cheerleading, are y'all having any, is this the first time y'all registered 3 programs like that together?
No,
or
last year was the first time we
Oh,
did
okay.
it. We may have had out of 400, 500 kids playing football and 400, 500 kids playing soccer. Maybe there have been 20 kids that had a concern about overlapping. They want to play
Right.
football and soccer, but it did not hinder the development of the program.
So can they play the 2 sports or do they have to pick one?
They can sign up to register for both sports, but it would
Okay.
be challenging because
Right.
at the same time, whether you're going to determine whether or not you're going to practice the soccer or practice football or go to the football game or the soccer game. So we do not prohibit a participant from signing up for one sport, but it's challenging.
Yeah, and it'd probably run mom and daddy to death.
I know it will, yes.
All right. Well, you touched on the big thing. There are a lot of construction projects coming up, in my opinion. I mean, it is overwhelming almost thinking
Yes.
about the amount of projects or the work that's going to go
Yes.
into the projects
Yes.
that are coming up. As many people may already know, because of the construction going on out at J.C. Adams Municipal Park, Van Davis Road and
Yes.
Bonwell Royal Drive is currently closed because we are doing a little bit of moving around
That's
and
correct.
reconstructing.
That's
but
correct.
in the end, tell us what they're going to get. Tell us what's going to be out there.
What we will get out there will be a four-field sports complex, a four-field pinwheel, a roundabout. You know, we're going to have upgrades to Huckabee Complex, and just an opportunity for us to put ourselves in the situation, start hosting some regional, not only district and state tournaments, but hopefully get to tab into that regional sports tournament pie. This is what we want to do. We have several kids, coaches, people, in our citizens in our community that participate in what we call a travel baseball, a travel softball. We want to have host these tournaments in our community. We want the citizens to be proud of our facilities. And we realized we're building on what was started way back with Mr. Tom Williams, Mr. Walter Huckabee, and Mr. Roger Johnson. You know, as I came about, I just wanted just to build on the legacy that they had started. We just want to just build on that foundation. And we just, the current staff and the staff members that were with us and that's no longer with us, we've all contributed and just trying to make this a well-rounded recreation park facility, well-rounded parks and recreation facilities, and make sure we touch all citizens of our community. It doesn't matter about your socioeconomic status. We want all kids. We want to be inclusive. And we want the citizens to be just realize when they're going visiting other communities, they can say, hey, you know, hey, the city of Douglas Coffee County Parks and Recreation, they have this at their complex. So we want to make sure that we get recognized as one of the finer parks and recreation, have one of the finer recreation facilities, park facilities in the South Georgia area, and having a progressive mayor and commission, and of course county and county commission. Everyone that's bought in on this right here. I think we'll be spending close to $7 million on swimming pool, on the swimming pool, and Miracle League field for our special needs kids, and the new sports complex out at Municipal Park. It's something that all the citizens of Douglas Coffee County can really be proud of.
Right. And over the last few years, there have been some changes in the parks and even at some of the fields. I know the tennis courts have been resurfaced a few times. You do occasionally see people working on because there are smaller ball fields that aren't actually, I guess they're not legal size, but they're big enough to have practices on.
That's correct.
That y'all have to keep up.
That's correct.
And yeah, it's just overwhelming, like I said at times. But one good thing that you're talking about is the Miracle League, the Miracle Field. Now that is going to be extra great, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. When we talk about inclusion for many, many years, not only here in the city of Douglas, but across the state, across the nation, that our special needs kids or disabled kids have been overlooked. And this is just way, and we know baseball is America's pastime, like apple pie and hot dogs. So to get the kids involved with the baseball, not only youth, but from adults with challenges or disability, they can also become involved. And it's great that's going to be at Davis Wade Complex, where we'll also have a swimming pool so they can get some aquatic work in and get in that water, and also get on the baseball field there. So that's just something that I think will be a project that the citizens of Douglas Coffee County and in this region, the South Georgia region, can really take a hold of and be proud of. We'll partner with the schools, the Coffee County schools, and Atkinson County schools, Fitzgerald, Osceola, just all the surrounding community. The school system have a population that also can get involved with this right here and participate. So yes, I think it'll be the highlight of my career in parks and recreation, to have an opportunity to be on the ground floor developing something, a facility like that.
Right. Now, and also, I think about that old saying, if you build it, they will come.
That's correct.
Sports tourism is really something big in Georgia.
That's correct.
And me being from the tourism world, we often have educational sessions about, telling us how we can better market the facilities that we have. And I think once we get the sports complex up and running, it is going to do something for Douglas. It'll put people, heads in beds. You've heard it.
Yes,
heads in beds,
right.
Which is always awesome. And it'll help, with definitely some economic activity, because when those teams come to town, they want to eat, they want to drink, and they want something to do, and they want to be able to go and have a good rest at somewhere that's nice and clean.
Absolutely. And I think it would give us an opportunity to get people off that beaten path. We know that Valdosta, the Lowndes County, right off 75 there, they get a lot of action, a lot of sports tournaments, there are regional tournaments, but we have an opportunity to do something unique in the city of Douglas, Coffee County. Something that not many communities our size can say they can offer once we get all these projects completed. You know, just a great time. It's really a great time to be a resident or the resident of the city of Douglas or Coffee County.
To actually get to see these things come to life.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
All right. Well, Stevie, is there anything else you'd like to share with anyone? Maybe the Recreation Department's phone number if they have any questions, or if they want to make a donation to the Miracle Field. I mean,
Absolutely. Anytime you want to make a donation to any particular program, but namely the Miracle Field, all the funds are being taken, Ms. Blondell, through the nonprofit organization that's administered through the Chamber of Commerce, when blanket the Ash Foundation. It is the Ash Foundation. But just, our phone number is 384-5978. I just want to say to the citizens that, we try very hard to get it right. We do not always get it right, but I can assure you we're going to strive to get it right. We want to make sure that we are inclusive. We are receptive to constructive criticism. And if you have any issues or any concerns pertaining to facilities, parks, or employees, or any issues dealing with Parks and Recreation, please, I implore you to give me a call, once again, at 912-384-5978.
all right. And I was about to wrap up, but I thought about one more project that I didn't talk about. Wheeler Park, there is going to be some improvements going on there.
Yes, the Community Foundation of Coffee County is a very progressive and aggressive group that's based here in Coffee County, and initially they're adopting Wheeler Park to do some tremendous things there. I guess I don't want to steal their thunder, but more information will be forthcoming.
Right.
But the Wheeler Park, as we see it, as we know it now, is going to go through a total transformation. They are involving the citizens of that part of the community, the residents that's in that neighborhood, to get their input.
Right.
But as all the citizens realize and know that we need new playground equipment in all our parks in Douglas, Coffee County. So that's one of the initiatives. But just to bring some new ideas for people that might have moved away from Douglas, Coffee County and came back and see what we can have, what we have now, and what they have a vision of where we can be and what we're going to be is just great. So please, just please get involved. Contact Parks and Recreation and share any ideas that you may have that can improve our facilities and our services to you all.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, Stevie.
Thank you. It's always an honor to come
appreciate it.
talk to you. Thank you, ma'am.
And we'll be right back after this. We're back from break, and I just want to take a minute to tell you thank you for joining us during this session of Douglas on My Mind. And we'll see you again next month.